Hi everyone, welcome along to the Ask RT Fitness. This is part 2 with our special guest Ryan Martin from reviveyourself.co. Oh, sorry, I got it right. I'm Ross.
I'm Sarah.
And obviously this is Ryan. So, following on from last week's, we'll jump straight into the questions because there's lots again. So let's do it, Sarah.
Right, so John Haig has asked any foods that people with epilepsy might need to avoid that can make the risk of seizures higher, or any foods that can possibly lower the risk of seizures.
Right. I'm not a doctor, but having dealt with people with all these different issues, from epilepsy to Alzheimer's, diabetes, etc. With epilepsy, it is a little bit different. There have been things that, well, diets that have worked a lot better than others. So, for example, things to avoid, I would say the standard things of gluten, wheat, pasteurised dairy, coffee, etc. Soy, don't want to go near soy. Soy's not healthy. Trust me, it's not healthy. Don't have soy unless you want hormone problems. Women out there. So avoid those things. Up your water. It's also a level being toxic, and they say the best solution for pollution is dilution. So keep having lots of water. But for epilepsy,
He keeps pointing at me like
Please drink water.
for epilepsy, everyone needs to drink water. It's key. It's also got to be good water as well. Tap water. Let's not get into it anyway. Epilepsy. So studies have shown I've had great success with clients. So if it was me, this is what I would do. I would go on a ketogenic diet. So high fats, low to moderate protein, and very minimal carbs. So if you're adding things in your diet like coconut oil, coconut milk, avocados, avocado oil, high quality fish oil, like fermented fish oil, etc. These things are all going to help you. Macadamia nuts, different seeds, and you're going to keep them in your diet. So it'll be a high fat diet. Also, there's been great success with intermittent fasting around epilepsy, giving the body time to heal and restore and replenish. Has shown remarkable results. So, I mean, I think he's a blanket prescriber. I don't know your exact details and what would work with you and what the root cause is, but I know that these are things that you can add in, and you should get some, if not a different.
Something you can like try and
huge. Yeah, there's been huge success. Obviously, this is just going from the basics that I would do with someone. So, things to avoid, things you can do, and you can have a little research into that yourself.
He does fully. The thing is with John, like, we've trained him for years, and he has done ketogenic diets before. Like, he went very keto a few years ago, so he can probably revert back to that. Like, he knows how to do that already, so he could.
What I'd say as well is, this is the thing. Like, there's different levels. People just go paleo, they just go ketogenic, and there's difference between like the quality. Like, so gut health is key as well. So fermented foods, if you can tolerate them, good quality probiotic, get in your gut. Everything starts in the gut, and you need to get good gut health. There's different ways to go about it, and you need to cleanse the liver and make sure your body's not toxic, because any toxicity is going to exaggerate your problem. But when it comes to, for example, the fats and the meat, I'd rather you go and buy the highest quality you can, so organic food that's not going to have all these pesticides, herbicides, hormones in them. If you knew what they could feed animals legally, they're not allowed to feed us it, even though they feed us a lot of crap anyway, if you don't shop at the right places. I mean, they can feed animals sawdust, petroleum pellets, if you're not eating organic, and all these things then get stored in the fat, and then you're eating that fat, and it comes out in you. So if you're eating the cattle or eating terrible feed, first of all, if they're not eating grass, then they're not herbivores anymore. Are they even cows? That's a question to ask yourself. So they're eating grains on the floor that are hugely toxic. They're going to then be toxic and ill. Then you're going to eat a new animal, which is going to mean you're going to be ill. So the highest quality foods and produce you can buy is always going to be better than just buying foods and eating. I'd rather say, like, the highest quality foods you can buy and eat less, but as long as it's higher quality. If that makes sense to you. If you talk about health here rather than performance, you know.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Right then, Jess Edwards and Dawn Stead, anything to help manage IBS?
I do a lot of IBS people, a lot of IBS patients, Crohn's, Celiac. It's huge. In fact, one of my programs coming out is just dealing with that. So, yes, once again, without knowing your root causes, without knowing your whole life practices, like we can go very deep with this, but I'll just say basically, you want to cut out a lot of things. You probably do already: gluten, wheat, caffeine, pasteurized dairy, etc., soy. This can go deep because it depends on what food you're eating with what. You have to understand that you might be reacting to certain foods, so it'd be hard for me to give advice because you then need to know deeper about what foods you're having. Certain foods can react with others. I've got so many thoughts in my head there, I don't know where to go with it.
Would you recommend maybe say eliminating one food for a while and seeing if that's still the cause?
So basically what we have to do here, this comes down to your gut. You've got gut dyssymbiosis. 80 to 85% of the world population have gut symbiosis, and 90 to 95% of the world population have a parasitic or fungal infection without actually understanding it. These things are like single cell organisms that have been around for millions of years, and they'll be around a lot longer than us. They're Mother Nature's decomposers. So if your gut balance isn't right, if you're living out of balance, then Mother Nature tells you. So first of all, you get a bit tired, and then you might get a cold or like cold sores that don't go away. Then you get a chronic condition. If you don't listen, then you get a disease, and if you finally don't listen, you die. It puts you back in the earth because you're not being much used. So these chronic issues, generally, 100% of people with IBS, etc., they've got gut dyssymbiosis, which means you want 15% good bacteria, so you want 85% good bacteria, 15% bad bacteria, to keep the good bacteria honest, but generally it's reversed and they've got 85% bad bacteria, 15% good bacteria. And what people don't understand is our stomach doesn't just digest food. For example, if you put your tongue in the side of your mouth, that's how smooth your inside of your stomach is. So when people are not chewing their food, etc., they're just wolfing it down, they're not eating mindfully, your stomach hasn't got teeth. You have to chew and digest your food. And then people don't understand is you've got to have the right enzymes in your stomach to digest food. And then they've got to realise that if you haven't got certain bacteria, our stomach doesn't digest the food, the bacteria actually digest it for us. So it's a big issue that you have to listen to, and you don't know where you're coming from. So first of all, cutting out allergenic, toxic foods, getting your gut health right, and getting mind right, and not eating when you're stressed. If you're eating when you're stressed, it's going to cause a whole host of problems, so try and relax. And it all comes down to different types of stress, etc. So hopefully that might help.
Yeah, sweet.
But maybe we'll put more questions in.
Yeah.
So apologies, but yeah.
We are going to put details to be able to contact Ryan alongside the video.
Just my website goes live I think next week, so if my website's not up by then, just contact these guys or hit my Facebook page, which is Revive Yourself.
We'll put the link for the Facebook page, the website, everything in there.
Make sure. It's not a problem.
Right then. So next question, Hannah Williamson. Anything to avoid or eat to improve severe eczema?
Once again, it's a gut issue. Eczema, skin issues. So I said to Sarah and Ross, I didn't realise my background is, they say, look, I've got good skin now, I used to have terrible skin. I had facial acne, back acne, chest, I used to get cysts in my groin, lower back. It stopped me playing professional rugby. I mean, I've actually got keloid scarring on my back and chest. These things are all from being hugely toxic and not having the right terrain in your gut. So you've got a fungal condition in your gut, eczema,
Yeah,
you've got a fungal condition in your gut, which is meaning it's actually showing itself on your skin. But once you get your gut right and your gut healed, and your levels of toxicity come down, you're being more mindful, everything's going to change. It once again comes down to gut health. So that's where we go with that again. It's just huge. It might. So you have to put out the old weeds and plant in the new seeds, and it might take 3-4 months, because this probably didn't happen overnight, and it won't be dealt with overnight. But you can get rid of eczema, psoriasis, and all these problems, skin issues, acne, anything, skin rashes, anything that comes up. It's an internal issue. No point. you can go out there and buy these expensive creams and etc. But it just becomes an expensive dog chasing an expensive tail. You need to deal with internal issues, and then basically your skin is a. I always say to my guys, my clients, your skin is a reflection of your internal health. So when your internal health is good, your skin's good, and that's how we approach it.
Cool. I think that answers my question, because I suffer a bit with psoriasis, so I was going to just jump in there and throw my question in, but yeah, I think that answers for me.
So, I mean, obviously, Gail Edwards has put in as well oily skin hormone, oily skin solutions, linked hormones, so I'm assuming.
Yeah, it's all to do with that. Once we get the stress levels and the toxicity down, and sleep right, and gut issues right, all the hormones are getting in balance, and address that, then the skin just responds. Skin is like your largest organ, but it's the thinnest. It's like 1/10 of an inch separates you from the outside world, from your internal. So it's, yeah, once the hormones are sorted out, your gut sorted out, toxic issues are evaluated. We get you on like a daily detoxification process, as well as the detoxification process you go through weekly and monthly. Yeah, it's a game changer.
Is that why probably women generally find they have like skin issues, because they're already like going through these hormonal fluctuations, and then if they've got a bit of an imbalance anyway, it's just exaggerated.
And then the doctor goes and throws in hormone drugs. Oh, brilliant! Or they're on the pill.
And then they mask it with makeup.
And then they wear makeup, which then puts more toxins in there, like cancer-causing toxins. These are not like me over here being a quack. I deal with people. I've had doctors come to me who've had skin issues. I've had doctors come to me who couldn't sleep. I've had so many different issues, it's a joke, and they go, oh, why aren't I taught this? It's like, more because what you do makes money, because I'm just here to heal people. I'm not saying that some of the things that they use don't work, but I'm just saying to get long-term solutions rather than a quick fix, you need to approach it in that way, and it becomes part of your life. Yeah, the skin is huge, and then you go into things you can do. Obviously, vitamin D is phenomenal for skin, but you've got to get a high quality vitamin D. For example, it's a technique that I use. I use light therapy, I use UV. So sunbeds are bad, right? They give you cancer. Don't use sunbeds, yeah? Well, it depends what sunbeds you use and for how long. So for example, I'll go maybe once every week to a sunbed for like 12 minutes, but it's a UVB sunbed. It's low powered. Most sunbeds are UVA, and they're high powered, and they can really ruin the skin. They can cause melanomas. They can be hugely damaging for the skin. But for health, if you get a low power, it's a different light spectrum. Right. It's like when you go on holiday and like you feel real good, because the light spectrum, it's not just the sun. You can't go up there and measure what's in the sun, can you? It's not just vitamin D. There's loads of different minerals and vitamins in the sun that help. But I'd say once again, different times and different protocols for different people are what they're going through.
Sweet. I think that about wraps it up. That was
awesome.
awesome. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so all Ryan's details is going to be on the links below. If you have any questions, even hit them up in the comments, and I'm sure Ryan will get back to you through that, because we'll tag him in there. I think that's it. I'm Ross.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Ryan.
Thank you for watching. Cheers.